Hello, good day. Welcome to this digital marketing masterclass. This is your introduction to digital marketing. Okay, this course is brought to you by JobsBridge Digital Marketing Academy. Our mission is to bring you quality higher education at the lowest cost possible, and you are able to learn at your own pace. Okay, the goal of doing this is to bridge the unemployment gap in Nigeria. Just like we know that unemployment is a major challenge in Nigeria today. So the major goal of our organization is to bridge the unemployment gap in Nigeria. I'm your course educator. My name is Moses Alabi Isama. I am the founder and head of trainings at JobsBridge Digital Marketing Academy. Okay, so in this introduction to digital marketing, our objectives for lesson 1 will be covering digital marketing platforms. We'll also introduce you to some common terms and acronyms in digital marketing. We'll also define objectives and KPIs. And we'll also talk about performance marketing basics. So let's get into it. What is digital marketing? Digital marketing is the promotion of products and services using electronic means. So how does this differ from traditional marketing? Basically, traditional marketing happens offline, while digital marketing happens online, making use of the digital space. So as we go on in the course, I'll be introducing you to the terms channel and platform, which refers to the tools and areas where digital marketing is used. Digital marketing can also be defined as the process of creating a lifetime interest in a product or service using digital channels, such as social media, website, Google My Business, search engine optimization, email marketing, etc. Okay, so let's look at some few definitions. Social media. These are websites and applications that enable people to create and share content. Social media networking is a subcategory of this, referring to connecting with people. Social media is the vessel of social media networking. We'll be doing a lot under social media as we go on in this course. There's a module designed specifically to talk about social media marketing and management. So we already know all these social media platforms. Some are very popular in Nigeria right now, like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. Okay? So we'll be touching some of these platforms as we go on in the training. We have a complete module on social media marketing. Okay? Another thing you need to know is pay-per-click, which is also known as PPC, a model of internet marketing where advertisers pay a fee each time an ad is clicked. That's why it's called pay-per-click. It's different from pay-per-impression. Pay-per-impression involves you pay for each person that sees your ad, or for maybe 1,000 people that see your ad. That's pay-per-impression. It's different from pay-per-click, which is mostly what Google ad entails. You only get to pay when people click on your ad, not just because they've seen it. Okay? So like I said, the platforms that make use of PPC, basically Google ads, and we have different types of Google ads, which include search, display, and shopping ads. We'll be delving into this more as we go on in the course of the training. Common digital marketing terms and acronyms. Okay, let's look at the word reach. Reach refers to the number of people that saw an ad. For example, if you do an ad, for example, on Facebook, if it If 5,000 or 10,000 people see that ad, that is referred to as your reach. That's the number of people that saw an ad. Then impressions or frequency is the number of times a certain number of people saw an ad. That means, for example, you could have your reach as 10,000 and you will have an impression sometimes of 20,000 or 25,000, which means one person could have seen the ad more than once. But Facebook has a principle, and many ad platforms online have a principle that people are actually not supposed to see your ad more than twice. Okay, so let's also look at traffic. So for example, you did an ad and it reached 10,000 people. And out of those 10,000 people, let's say 4,000 of them clicked on your ad and they came to your website or landing page. We'll be talking more about what landing page is as we go on in the training. Now, if 4,000 people out of the 10,000 reach visited your site, all those 4,000 are referred to as traffic, the number of people who visit a website or landing page. Okay, then we have leads. This refers to the number of people who take the desired action the advertiser or business owner wants, which means the landing page you have created that the traffic came to. Now, you would have decided, what do I want them to do when they come to my landing page or my website? Do I want them to sign up for my email list? Do I want them to be receiving my newsletter? Do I want them to give me their phone number and email so I can contact them again? All those people that do whatever you desire them to do when they visit your landing page, they are referred to as leads. Okay. Then we have another one that is commonly used, conversion. This is the process where the traffic eventually become a paying customer. So these are not just traffic or leads anymore. Now you've converted them. They are now paying customers. That's what we call conversion. You brought them in from the awareness stage. We'll be discussing more on awareness as we move on. Okay, so you brought them in from the awareness stage until they became paying customer. As I said, conversion is the process where the traffic eventually become a paying customer. So you move from traffic to leads to conversion. Then we also look at the word remarketing. This is the process of reaching a certain group of people who have reached your website or landing page before. I'm sure this happens to us many times. Maybe you're trying to buy something on Jumia, for example, but you did not, but at the end of the day, you didn't buy. So you left the website. Then you will notice later on as you go back to Facebook or to other platforms online, it will be as if Jumia is following you everywhere. That's what is called remarketing. There's a pixel on their site. You'll be learning how to do all that as we go on in the training. So we said remarketing is the process of reaching a certain group of people who have reached your website or landing page before. So what is a landing page? This is a page where you get your ideal customer details and put them on an email list. So your landing page simply is the page where you get people's email, phone number, and their first name, depending on whatever contact or details you want to get from them. Okay? So a landing page is where you get your ideal customer details and put them on an email list. Okay, so let's look at some common acronyms that we'll be using as we go on in this training. The first one is CPC, which is referred to as cost per click. Okay, so for every time someone clicks on your ad, it is costing you something. That is what we refer to as cost per click. Okay, the next one is cost per impression. Facebook uses that majorly, cost per impression. It could be per 1,000 or per 100. So for every 100 or 200 people that see your ad, you have a cost that you are paying. That is what we refer to as cost per impression. Then we also have cost per view. It is basically used on YouTube or any channel that you have that you can play a video on. It's called cost per view. We also have cost per acquisition. This basically means for every lead that you acquire, the fee you are paying for each lead is referred to as cost per acquisition. Then we also have cost per lead. What is it costing you for every lead that you get? We'll be going more into each of these acronyms as we move on in the training. For example, if you have 500 leads at the end of spending 10,000 naira on Facebook ad, for example, that means it's costing you, and you got 500 lead at the end of that. That means it is costing you 10,000 over 500, which is 20 naira per lead. So that's what cost per lead means. We also have cost per engagement. Engagement could be people who like your page, people who like your ad. Cost per engagement. Engagement basically is what is part of things we call vanity metrics, because basically, if people like your page or they like your ad, it doesn't mean they will end up buying from you. So cost per engagement simply refers to the number of people who like your ad, who clicked on it. Is everything put together is your engagement for that particular ad. We also have SEO, which is a very important part of digital marketing. It's called search engine optimization. This is where you use your skills and knowledge to help an organization to show up on the first page of Google or to rank higher on Google, which is the #1 search engine in the world. You'll be learning how to do all that as you go on in the training. The next acronym there is SEM, which is search engine marketing. Those are all the ads you do on places like Google and Bing, okay? I'm sure when you do a search on Google, you'll see some results with AD in front of them. All those are called search engine marketing. It's also under pay-per-click under Google Ads. So we also have SMM, which is social media marketing, which we'll be delving into as we move on into the training. This is all the advertising you do on platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. They are all under social media marketing. Okay, so let's move into objective and KPIs. Okay, so you said an objective is a measurable target set by a business when promoting itself to potential customers, which should be achieved within a given time frame, which means an objective is basically driven by a goal or a target that must be measurable within a given time frame, which means you could set an objective to say, I want to make 1 million naira within the next 6 months, okay? So a measurable target, 1 million naira, time frame 6 months, which means at the end of 6 months, you will know if you failed or how close you were in achieving the goal or objective you have set for your business. If you set a goal, for example, and you say, I just want to make more money, that is not an objective, because you want to make more money. If I give you 100 naira, you've made more money. So your target must be measurable. It must be measurable, a certain figure. Then it must have a specific time frame, okay? Then under each objective, there will be KPIs. We said a KPI, key performance indicator, is a measurable value that shows how a business is achieving their objectives, which means if I set a goal to make 1 million naira in a period of 6 months, okay? After the first 30 days, I would have KPIs. I will know that, okay, if I'm going to make 1 million naira in 6 months, how many products or services do I need to sell within the next 30 days? How many do I need to sell within 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, and so on and so forth? So that will be my key performance indicator. They will help me know how far or how close I am to achieving my objective, okay? So these are the 7 big categories of digital marketing. The first one is search engine optimization, which is a very fundamental part of digital marketing. Just like I said before, it involves helping organizations to rank on the first page of Google or to rank higher on search engines using specific keywords. That means people show up on the internet organically without them having to pay Google any money, okay? The second one we'll be looking at is search engine marketing, which is basically pay-per-click, where you run an ad on different search engine platforms, basically using Google Ads, okay? The third one refers to content marketing. This is the process of creating content for a target audience, not basically for them to buy, but for you to inform, educate, or inspire your audience. Now, the purpose of content marketing is it lets people see you as an authority in that area that your audience is interested in. Okay, we'll be delving more into content marketing as we go on in the course. The fourth part of digital marketing is social media marketing, which I've already explained a little before. Then we already know what pay-per-click advertising is. That's basically advertising on search engines like Google, okay? Then the sixth one, which is a very important part of digital marketing, is called affiliate marketing. This is where you have someone who has a product, most times a digital product to sell, and you are signing up as an affiliate to help that person promote their product or service, and you'll be getting a commission for doing that. It's one of the fastest way of earning money online, as long as you know how to go about it. We'll be touching affiliate marketing as we go on in this training. Then the seventh part is email marketing. This is where you get people's emails from your landing page and you continually send them messages, send them emails. It could be a weekly basis, it could be once a week, it could be twice in a week, it could be 2 times in a month, but you continually send them emails to continually keep them engaged with your organization, okay? So we'll be looking at each and every one of this category of digital marketing. And I know that before we complete this training, we would have mastered the 7 big categories of digital marketing. Okay, so we are getting further into the course. So we're looking at the basic marketing funnel. You see, everything we are learning in digital marketing is all about this funnel right in front of you right now, the basic marketing funnel. You see, the biggest part of the funnel, which is the awareness part, is the first stage that anyone will go through before eventually buying a product or service. For example, there's no way you would have attended this training without first of all becoming aware. Now, the awareness stage is where we know how big is the potential for the market, this product or service. How big is the market that will be buying this product or service? Okay, so we are trying to bring people from the awareness stage until they take action and become paying customers. So how well we are able to move people quickly from the awareness stage until they become paying customers is what will determine how well paid you are as a digital marketing professional, okay? So this basic marketing funnel is what we'll be spending a lot of time on as we go on in the training, okay? So someone has to become aware of a product or service. Then from there, we need to make them interested. Okay, we keep sending them messages, we keep running ads, we keep giving them reasons to buy, we keep talking about our unique selling proposition, what makes us different from the competitor. So we are trying to take them from the awareness stage to the interest stage. Okay, then from interest, we make them desire this product or service. Okay, until they take action and become paying customers. You see, everything we are doing from social media ads, blogging, content marketing, involves different stages of this funnel. So as we go on in this training, we'll be spending a lot more time explaining this basic marketing funnel. Okay, so we're looking now at the fundamentals of digital marketing, and we are looking at the ACE methodology. You see, this is very close to explaining the basic marketing funnel I just explained some minutes ago. Now, the fundamentals of digital marketing, talking about the ACE methodology, the A stands for attract, and we said attract the right people. No matter how much you spend running an ad on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, if your ads are reaching the wrong set of people, you will just be throwing your money away. That's why we said attract the right people. For example, let's say you have a product that is tested and trusted and people know that it works and it can help people reduce tummy fat, and you are targeting your ads to people who are slim. Even though the product is authentic and it works, you won't make a sale because you are reaching the wrong set of people. That's why as we go on in the training, we'll be doing customer avatar, which is a very important part of digital marketing. You need to have your audience fully and well defined. Okay, so the A part stands for attract, the C part stands for convert, and the E part of the ACE methodology stands for engage. So you need to first of all attract the people, you convert them by continually sending them emails, you continually doing your remarketing to reach the same set of people that have become aware of your product or service before. Then you keep them engaged even after buying, so that now they become loyal customers. They can tell their friends and families about the product or service, and they also can become users of the product or service. So that's the basic thing about digital marketing. Okay, this ACE methodology, we also have another methodology that we'll be looking at as we go on. Okay, so I said to attract, and don't forget, you have to attract the right set of people. You need to focus on the desired after states of your ideal customer. And I said to do that, you need to first of all know who the ideal client is and the buying process. We'll be going more into explaining the ideal client and how to determine your ideal client and the buying process, because it's a very fundamental part of digital marketing. So let's go back to the first part there, which says to attract, you need to focus on the desired after state. You need to focus on the desired after state of your ideal customer. So the question is, the person that will be using your product or service, what states do they desire to be after using this product or service? If I may ask you, after you complete this training, what state do you expect to be in? What skill or knowledge do you expect to have acquired? And what are you expecting that you will be able to achieve with that skill or knowledge? That is the desired after state. So you need to clearly define the desired after states of your ideal customer. Okay, someone is selling a product that has to do with reducing tummy fat, which means after using this product, your tummy would have reduced. Okay, fine. What other benefits are attached to that? The person might be looking at the fact that, okay, if my tummy is now reduced, I will look more sexy. Okay, I'll be prettier. That is the desired state that you need to focus on. It is all those who are interested in that after state that you want to advertise to. Your product or service cannot be for everyone. So you focus on the desired after state, then you ask yourself, who are the people out there that will be interested in this after state that my product or service is offering? Okay, so those are the people you will be advertising to. We'll be going through all this more in the course as we try to develop a customer avatar. Then I'm looking at the HIDA model. It's also the same thing, very close to the ACE methodology. And the A stands for awareness or attention. Okay? To get people's awareness or attention, you'll be using content marketing, you'll be using paid marketing and social media. Okay? The I there stands for interest, then the D is for desire, the A is for action, and we have a hidden R, which is the retention. That means you want people to become loyal customers. They continually use your product or service after the first engagement. So we'll be looking into this more as we go on. So we have two methods that we can use. Either you use the ACE methodology, you attract, you convert, you engage, or you use the AIDA model, the awareness, interest, desire, and action. Then we're looking at the 5 principles that guide digital marketing success. So the first one is have a customer avatar in place. Who are the people who want to experience the after states that I offer? So this has to do with what I said earlier. Once you have decided or you've determined the after state that someone will experience after buying your product or service, you now need to ask yourself, who are the people out there that will be interested in this after state? Those are your ideal customers. And we'll be looking into that, like I said before, when we are creating the ideal customer avatar for your business. The second is to always think long term with your key performance indicator. For example, SEO. You won't start working on SEO for a website or an organization and you expect them to start showing up on the first page of Google the following week. It doesn't work that way. You need to think long term. But as you go on in this training, when we get to the search engine optimization module, you will see how it works. All it requires is that you stay consistent as we go on in the journey. You have to be consistent. So it's not something you do once and you don't come back to it again. You have to stay consistent, okay? So look at number 3. You have to help before you sell. That means give information that your customer avatar is already searching for answers to, okay? That's what we call content marketing. You give people information that they are looking for. It doesn't mean they will end up buying from you, but it's what we call content marketing. It makes people to see you as an authority in that area. For example, let's say you're a mechanic and you go on radio, you have a program on radio where you give people tips on how to maintain their cars, on simple things they can do at home. If you tell people how to change the engine oil of their car, are you telling me people will actually go ahead and be changing the engine oil of their cars? They won't do it. They will only see you as an authority in that area. That's why we said you must help people before you think of selling to them. Okay, we'll be touching that more as we go on in this training. Okay, number 4, drive relevant traffic. And I already explained that. You must attract the right people for your business to flourish. The 5th one says, always have an offer backed with a unique selling proposition. What makes your business different from the competitor? There is no business that doesn't have competitors. So what makes your business different from those competitors? All those things are things that we'll be looking at as we go on in the training. Okay, we also look at the 4 types of credibility. The first one is presumed credibility. This is general assumption based on frequent contact. You know, for example, you see an ad on social media every day, or you hear about an ad on radio, or you watch it on TV. The more you see the same ad, we all tend to believe that this must be a credible organization. That's what we call presumed credibility. It is an assumption. It is just based on frequent contact with that organization. It makes you end up believing them. Then we also have reputed credibility. This third-party reference, where someone has used a product or a service before and recommends them to you. That's third-party reference. Because that person recommends them to you, you automatically believe that it must be a credible organization. Then we also look at surface credibility. This is the way you look, your website, the things people say on the surface before they even do business with you will also help with your credibility. And we're also looking at earned credibility. Someone who has experienced your product or service will now be able to say, definitely this is a good product or service. You have earned that person's credibility. Okay, so we'll be looking at the first action steps. In the next set of videos, we'll be creating the first action steps where you will need to define your problem solution statement, okay? You need to define your problem solution statement. What problem are you trying to solve with this your business, with this your product or service? What problem exactly are you trying to solve? Like I said, we are trying to solve the problem of unemployment. So what's the solution? We are offering digital marketing training where we can teach people how to make money using the internet as the medium. Then you also need to validate your business idea. This business that you want to start, does it have a big enough market? There's no point starting a business where only your family members are going to be the ones that will be buying from you. you must validate if the market is big enough for you to flourish in this business before you go into it. So those are the things you'll be doing in the next video. You need to validate your business idea even before putting big amounts of money in it. Then you need to define your audience. You're coming back again to that. You need to define your audience. Then you will create your online identity. This is where we will create a Google My Business profile. Now, the Google My Business profile is a free platform. It helps you in what we call local SEO. You need to have a Google My Business profile. Okay, so you create your online identity. Those are the things you'll be learning how to do in the next sets of videos. Then you create content to serve that audience. Then finally, you capture that audience details. Okay, thank you for taking part in this first video. We'll continue the course later on. Take care. My name again is Moses Alabi Isama.